Hey, Shalom, man, Shalom, and stuff. So it's by giving no praise to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS and honors to you brothers doing the work in truth while sincerity. This is a quick one. I'm inspired by something that the apostle said at live camp yesterday, and that was on how, if these so-called Jews over there in the land of Israel, if they're the Jews, and why have they got the curse of leprosy on them, right? So I'll just get straight into the scriptures. Numbers 12 and 10. This is one of the scriptures that they brought out. It says, "And the cloud departed from the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow." Right? So Esau nowadays will want to, what do you call it, redefine what what leprosy is, and he's saying, oh, it's this, it's boils on your skin, whatever, what have you. But according to the scriptures, leprosy is to look like the so-called white man, right? It says, "And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous." Right? It says, and Aaron said unto Moses, "Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not this sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned. Let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed, when he cometh out of his mother's womb." So he's basically saying to look like that, you look like one that is half dead. Right, that's why when Esau came out, Jacob, that's when Esau came out, Isaac was like a shush one, which means wasted away is he, right? Because he didn't have any pigment in his skin. He didn't look right. He didn't look normal. You see the way they were reacting, Moses and Aaron was like, yo, Baba Kasha, Baba Kasha, which is Hebrew, the Lashon Kodash for please, please, lay not this sin upon us, right? Don't let her look like this, man. Right? It says, "And Moses cried unto Yahweh, saying, Heal her now, O God, I beseech thee." Right? This also, what do you call it? What was I saying? This also is proof that the so-called white man didn't write the scriptures, because this wouldn't have been left in there. You got what do you call it? The Book of Mormons. Right? That was written by the so-called white man, if I'm not mistaken. And what does it say there? Right? It says, having dark skin is a curse. Right? So I'll get this in 2 Kings 5:27. It says, "The leprosy therefore of Naaman shall cleave unto thee and unto thy seed forever." And he went out from his presence as a leper, a leper as white as snow. Right? And I'll get the I'll get the law. That's Leviticus 13:12. It says, "And if a leprosy break out abroad in the skin, and the leprosy cover all the skin of him that hath the plague, from his head even to his foot, wheresoever the priest looketh, right, then the priest shall consider, and behold, if the leprosy have covered all his flesh, he shall pronounce him clean that hath the plague." Right, and it's actually called a plague. Right, so you're telling me the Lord, here it is, the Lord said, in the kingdom, everything was going to be all good. Right? It says Proverbs 21:4 says, and the Most High shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. So the Lord has promised us in the kingdom, right? Ain't gonna be no more death, ain't gonna be no what you call it, sorrow, no crying, right? There'll be no more pain, right? But you're telling me that these so-called Jews, which are in their kingdom, right? They're in Israel again, right? You're telling me that they're the Jews, but then the Lord has plagued them. Why would He do that? This is the law, right? It says, "Pronounce them clean that have the plague," right? It is all turned white. He is clean, so it's saying that you look like that, right? You're a clean leper. Right, if you've got patches, however, you're an unclean leper. And if you've got blonde hair, right, it says the same chapter, Leviticus 13, verse 29, says, "If a man or woman have a plague upon their head or the beard, right, then the priest shall see the plague, right, and behold, if it be inside deeper than the skin, and there be in it a yellow thin hair." Right, and that is what you define as blonde hair, right? Yellow thin hair, right? Of hair fair or pale yellow, right? You read the Wikipedia page, it goes into it, Let's see what we can find here. Anything useful? Yeah, so once again, yellow, right? So you know what that's talking about. So they like to say, blondes have more fun. Well, that won't be true in the kingdom, man. Right? Because you're going to be an unclean. That's an unclean leper. Right? It says, if there be in it a yellow thin hair, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a dry scald, even a leprosy upon the head or beard. Right? So that there's that there should be proof that those guys ain't the guys, right? And all I've done in this video is brought out scriptural backing for this statement. So, you guys at YouTube, don't try, take down this video because nothing offensive has been said. All I've done is bring out the scriptural referencing, right, proving a very basic point. And if you watch this video, you got to ask yourself, am I lying? If as we've spoken, seen here, right, 12th chapter, that it is the 13th, that Leviticus 13:13, that it is a curse, right, is a plague to look like that, right? Then why would they, why would the Lord turn, take the children of Israel back into the land, right? That's your chosen people, and then you've got them all looking like lepers, right? But that was a fulfillment of prophecy, right? Because it's not the fulfillment of prophecy, but before I start babbling on, Lord's will use edified. Till the next time, Shalom.